Hello, everyone. Welcome to my show where I will be doing a recap, review, and a predicted it. We got a lot of predicted it, child, in about the Wendy Williams. Where is Wendy Williams documentary? Now, I did watch the documentary, child. I was doing readings, like I had one like ear on doing a reading. I had one ear on and the other one trying to like listen in, but not really listening in because I'm focusing on the reading. But then the reading was finished, so I got to actually watch the Wendy Williams all the way through. I'm gonna have to go back and watch what I missed while I was doing the reading. But here's a lot. I have a lot to talk about, you guys. We got a lot of notes. All right, I got like a thing full of notes here. We've got a lot to talk about. So grab a snack, child, grab a drink. I don't know what you're into. I've got my coffee here. All right. So I'm keeping it cute tonight. But child, speaking of drinking, let's just get it right off the bat. Wendy Williams is a drunk. All she wants to do is drink. All she wants to do is drink. Seriously. We'll touch on that in a bit. All right, you guys. First of all, if you're new to my channel, I am Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. Thank you for listening and watching. Make sure you like the video. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like a personal reading from me, I am available for personal readings. Text me at 703-791-9162. I am available for readings tonight. I know it's late, but I am available. I'm going to be doing some readings that, catching up on my client list on my second computer here. And also I'm going to be lighting candles as well. So, and I'm also going to go to the gym. So that's all I've got planned tonight. So if you want a reading, then definitely once again text me or visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Actually, let me show you all my website real quick. All right, share screen. There we go. This is my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. So once you've reached this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down and read reviews from people who have purchased readings from me. You can also follow me down here on Instagram and Facebook if you would like to follow me. All right. And also definitely check out the store section if you would like to book a reading with me or a class or candles. I do offer many different types of services and products. I do offer email readings, video recorded readings where you make your payment, then you send your questions, then I record myself doing your reading, and then I typically email you the reading, typically within 1 to 4 days. Sometimes, it is 1 to 5 days because I have gotten a lot busy, but you always get your reading. And the good thing about the video recorded reading is go back and re-watch it. All right. So you'll never like forget anything and you get to see what I predicted for you. All right. Also I do offer phone readings, which do have same day priority. You do get to skip the line, but typically you gotta pay more. I offer 15-minute phone readings, 30-minute phone readings, hour-long phone readings. I do offer birth chart readings, individual as well as compatibility birth chart readings. I do offer candles. We do have a full moon. I definitely would be doing your candle work, y'all. I do also offer classes, tarot classes, astrology classes, as well as spiritual development classes. And I also offer dream interpretation readings, custom candles, protection candles, past life readings, mediumship readings. Child, the list goes on and on and on, honey. All right. So, thank you all so much for listening and watching once again. That's my little promotion. All right. I have to do my own promotion, child. I am a Capricorn. All right, now we've got a lot to talk about seriously with this Wendy Williams documentary, you all. It was juicy. Now, apparently, there's a part one and a part two. Tonight's episode was episode one. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review on episode two. Let me know if you all want me to do a review on episode two. I got a lot. I kind of got everything I needed out of episode one, but we'll see how episode two looks like. But ciao. I do want to give a shout out. I think he is in the room. I want to give a shout out to my cousin Keyshawn. He did help me, basically, like encourage me to do this live stream. Also, because I did do a reading on Wendy Williams yesterday because I knew the documentary was coming out. So I was like, let me do a reading on Wendy. Let me get some predicted hits in and see what I predict. And we got a lot of predicted hits. So shout out to my cousin Keyshawn. Also, if you're part of my newsletter list, Keyshawn helped me create the newsletter that was sent out tonight to let you all know that I was going live tonight to do this review and recap about Wendy Williams. So shout out to those who are watching who got the newsletter tonight. All right, ciao. Hello to everyone in the room, by the way. Hi, Dorina. Hi, Dr. Lisa. Oh, you have to go to bed? Yeah, no, I did come on late. Shout out to the late night crew. Yes, Gio, you got your coffee too, child? Child, I was like, let me get my coffee because we have a lot to talk about. So I think I have 30 points. 30 points I want to talk about. Now, you guys know I do this when I do the RuPaul Drag Race reviews. I always have like notes that I take when I watch something and I plan to review or recap because there's just so much going on in my mind, and so many things I notice that it's like I got to write it down. I'm a Mercury in Sagittarius, so it's like my mind moves a mile a minute, and so does my mouth. So, and that gets me in trouble sometimes. But, anyways, with that being said, let's get into this recap review and predicted it about Wendy Williams and the Where's Wendy documentary. All right. So, if you didn't watch the documentary, spoiler alerts ahead. Hi, J. Manuel. Hi, everybody. She needs to concentrate on controlling her addiction and focus on her mental health. Lizzy, let's get into it. First of all, the first thing that I want to point out is that Wendy Williams, her feet are really bad from the lymphedema. So her feet are like gray and like kind of like almost like deformed in a way. Like it's kind of like jarring when you first see it. Um like in the documentary, her feet are really bad. So it does make sense that she does have trouble walking. That's the first thing I noticed. Second thing I noticed that was the big theme with Wendy in this documentary, she was very combative, very forgetful, and very irritable. And at some point, she was downright mean. Like, child, if I was like in those moments with Wendy, Wendy would have got cussed out, child. All right. Ooh, but they say respect your elders, honey. But but my thing is like the elders need to respect you. So there was a lot of that going on. I'm not saying that that was the case with Wendy. Like she felt she could disrespect people because she's an elder. But she definitely was disrespectful. We'll get into that in a second. Now, predicted it. Predicted it, predicted it, predicted it. You guys, if you go back to my Wendy Williams reading, I said in that reading that there was going to be something about her where it was clear that she wasn't all the way not there. Like there was going to be something about her where it's like she knew what she was doing. Predicted it. All right. Wendy, if you watch the documentary, Wendy still has all of her faculties, all right? She knows what she's doing. Predicted it. She knows exactly what she is doing. All right. That whole documentary was Wendy Williams like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like Wendy Williams, like reality meets like. Do you guys remember when Lindsay Lohan did that documentary with Oprah? It was giving that. It was giving that documentary tease where like Lindsay was just like, and it was just a lot. All right. So Wendy says she likes being a hot topic. All right. She loves being a hot topic. She's troll exactly, DC. She's trolling. She's trolling. Remember, she's an actress, you guys. Wendy is an actress. Wendy was horrible towards people in the service. She was so rude in this documentary, you guys. It was so bad. Like at one point, she literally called someone fat. Like she was like, "Now go downstairs and go order something so you can get fatter." Literally verbatim, that's what she said. I'm not kidding. And then looked at the camera like bug eyed and all. Like I dare you to, and I dare you to say something about it too, America, or who was ever watching. I was like, oh my god. All right. So she says she likes being a hot topic. All right, she loves the the drama of it all. She loves like people basically saying her name and keeping her name out there, in the papers. So she loves that. Now it's interesting because in the documentary, she actually had a street named after her. I thought that was actually a sweet moment. There was also a moment where she goes back to her childhood home that I thought was sweet. So there were some sweet moments in the documentary that I like did kind of enjoy. Gio says that's how she always was. Did you watch the documentary, Gio? Because is that really how she always went? She was really bad, you guys. Like she was, and she kept flip flopping too. Like there's this guy named Will who works for her, who's like there's some like weird boundaries too with the people she works for. Like I don't know if they're like are you her employee? Are you her friend? Are you her assistant? Are you her boyfriend? Her like what is going on? So Will is like her friend slash employee. There was like some like weird energy like going on between themselves. Like I don't know if this is her boyfriend, but Will kept getting on her about the drinking and the smoking. This is going to be a big thing. By the way, I mentioned in my reading as well. Fonzie, hi Fonzie, meow, meow, meow. I mentioned in my reading that Wendy, the drinking was going to be a big problem in my reading. Child, the drinking is the problem. It's not it's not a big problem. It is the problem, child. But predicted it nonetheless. All right. So she has a street named after her. Like I said, she had some questionable team members around her. I noticed there was Will, who was like, I still am confused about Will's role, but like there's some like weird energy. Like I think Wendy called him at the very beginning of the documentary, like he's my hot, sexy friend. And then at one point, Will called him like or Wendy called Will over like and started crying out of nowhere and asked for like a hug, and he like gave her a hug. I don't know. But then it's also like Will is really big on her with the drinking and the smoking. So Will has this thing where he comes into her home every morning to check like for bottles of alcohol and like child, like seriously, this is like no cap. And then like but like Wendy, of course, like it like gets combative with Will because Will is taking away her drinking and her smoking. So she calls Will a mother effer and F him, and I want him fired. She doesn't actually get fired, but then Ben like turns around at the same moment and says, I love you, Will. I'm sorry. I was like, oh my God. I need a drink. Once again, I haven't had a drink. I got sick with COVID. I mean, of course, when you get sick, drinking just isn't fun. And then now that I'm better, I just haven't had a desire to drink. I just kind of don't miss it. But, I still wouldn't mind like a drink every now and then, like, casually or whatever. But like watching Wendy made me want to drink. I was like, I need a drink. I just smoked, because you guys know I like my weed and marijuana. It is legal here, but I needed something. I had my coffee, my Mary Jane. I was like, I need a break from Wendy. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I'm glad they broke it into two parts in that way. All right. This was interesting, you guys. DJ Booth made an appearance. Now, if I remember with DJ Booth and Wendy, there was some drama between them, right? At some point. Like there was this weird thing where like Wendy like correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. There's this weird thing like where like DJ or Wendy was allegedly inappropriate with DJ Booth. But I will say I think it did say that the documentary was filmed back in 2022. So once again, I don't know what's going on, but DJ Booth made an appearance. He talked about Wendy. I found that interesting. It seemed like he said good things, but once again, that was the part where I was like kind of listening but not listening because I was busy doing a reading. So I don't know exactly what he said, but I know. I mean, I saw him and I was like, "That's DJ Booth." So he made an appearance. You got drinking is a major issue with Wendy. Like I didn't know drinking. It's interesting because with her, it was always like the cocaine, the Coca Cola, right? That's why she had a whole big thing with Wendy or with Whitney Houston, because we know Whitney Houston had her whole thing with Coca Cola, cocaine, and Wendy had her. But we always think it's like that with Wendy, but the, from the documentary, it's drinking, y'all. Like drinking is Wendy's issue, child. Now, the interesting thing with the drinking and it being a major issue is that the son, Kevin Jr., does not like the drinking. I thought that was interesting because they always try to paint the son as like a negative influence, and he's always the one drinking and drugging and smoking and like taking the money and stealing the money, which we'll get into a little bit later. But I found that interesting. The son does not like the drinking, the smoking at all. Very interesting. They did talk about Kevin too, but once again, that was I was like doing a reading. I was trying to like listen, but I clearly couldn't listen because I'm like listening to my client. So I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that part. But I did know I did see Kevin on the screen. So I do know that they talked about him, but I didn't have any notes on him here. So sorry about maybe I don't know, maybe we'll get into that in part two. Um, her dad also made an appearance. She had a lot of family members that made an appearance. What was Wendy's drink of choice? I don't remember actually. It was like Casamigos or something like that, or like tequila, I think, or something that started with a T, I think. But then there was champagne, there was like other liquor. It was a lot. Um it's giving Anna Nicole and that lawyer friend who finally married her and then she died. That's like so poignant, Gio. That's a good analogy. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Anna Nicole. She's so outrageous. Please, your circle, always bring cola. Please, your circle, always bring cola. What does that mean? Are you saying my circle brings cola? Because that's not the case at all. Unless it's like the actual drink Coca Cola, then that's a different story. But yeah, we don't do Coca Cola over here. My nose stays clean personally. But but if she has no money, she can't buy Coca Cola. Alcohol is less expensive. I didn't think about that, Gio. That's interesting. Oh, her circle. You mean her circle? Allison, I was like, my circle. I don't know if that's true, but hi, Miss D. But yes, her circle always brings the Coca Cola. So you're saying her circle provides her with it? I don't know. They didn't mention anything about Coca Cola in the documentary, but you never know. Once again, Wendy stole from Pac and Jada. Really interesting. You thought her and her son went on speaking terms. Hmm. Sounds like someone else I know, but gonna keep that a little bit cute. Once again, family made an appearance in this documentary with Wendy Williams. So the dad talked about her and made an appearance. So for people who are actual fans of Wendy, I am a fan of Wendy. You guys know, she had her dad on, she had her mom on, who did pass away. Rest in peace. She had her brother on, she had her whole family on, she had her son on the show, right? So the dad made an appearance. He's still alive, thank God. The brother with the YouTube channel, who was kind of messy, I thought a little bit with the YouTube channel. So I thought it was interesting that Wendy actually, or I don't know, did Wendy allow? I'm assuming Wendy allowed this documentary to go through. Is that I don't know. Is that true or not true? I don't know. I say that because I found it interesting that the brother was a part of the documentary because I distinctly remember Wendy going on her show, the Wendy Williams show, and distinctly like calling the brother out and basically calling him trash. Does anyone remember that episode of the Wendy Williams show? But anyways, the brother made an appearance show. The niece, who I do remember from the Wendy Williams after show, I do remember her niece from the after show. So her niece did make an appearance. A nephew who I've never seen before did make an appearance, but he seemed nice. Lots of family made an appearance, so I thought that was really nice and really cool to see, like, some family support around Wendy. I did like to see that. Wendy, like, is always seen smoking a vape. That's another point. There's a few shots of Wendy laid out in bed, sprawled out, like she just like got back from a night of like out partying with the girls, and the boys. And she's just like smoking her vape. So she's smoking a vape. Child, I don't know if the vape is tobacco or something else, honey. All right, but she's smoking her vape. They address the money issues. That's another thing. Let's talk about that. The money issues. Um Now it's interesting because speaking of money, it's interesting because Wendy is actually very money focused. Like money is her motivator. Like at one point, someone asked her, like, why do you want to do a podcast, Wendy? And Wendy's like, because I want money. Money. Like literally. Like that's how she says it. I was like, I mean, I can relate, but I was like, I didn't does she have Capricorn or Earth in her chart? Anyway. So at one point, she just had cash laid out on the bed. Like wads of cash laid out. And like Will comes in and is like, Wendy, why do you have all this like cash laid out on your bed? By the way, there's 100. I can't even see. You guys know I am getting a little bit older. I'm just kidding. I'm in my early 30s, but I am getting a little bit older. So there are 158 people currently in the room. Wherever you're watching, please like the video. Please share with your friends and family. Thank you for being here. Like I was saying, at one point she just had cash laid out all on her bed. And Will comes in and is like, Wendy, why do you have all this cash laid out? And I forgot what she said, but it's like Will was like, I thought you were gonna put this in the bank. And then Will kind of like, and this is the issue with everybody around her because they all like enable her. So like Will sits down and is like, I know you like that money, don't you? You like that money. You like to basically like to see that money laid out. Like, but it's like if there's money issues, like first of all, if there is no money and the money is locked away, why is there a wads of cash laid out on your bed, Wendy Williams? And that doesn't look. I don't think that looks like fake money. Doesn't look like fake money to me. At one point, she took the wad of cash. Child. She took the wad of cash and put it like in like this and was like laughing about it. It was a whole lot. It was like, so what's this money? What's going on with the money issues? So the wads of cash out on the bed. Let's get into the money issues with the Oh, by the way, I did predict that there was gonna be a mention of the whole issues with the money. So I did predict they were gonna say something about that. Um so we find out a little bit about what happened with her money being locked out by Wells Fargo. Apparently she lost control of her money. An attorney at Wells Fargo, which by the way, I do have to say, allegedly, in my opinion, I'm sorry to anyone who works for this bank. I don't trust Wells Fargo. I don't bank with Wells Fargo because I don't trust Wells Fargo. Just saying. Now, allegedly, an attorney at Wells Fargo froze her account due to nefarious activities and requested a guardianship case over her money. So it sounds like the guardianship is not necessarily over her; it's actually over her money by Wells Fargo. Apparently there was no wrongdoing found on the bank's part. All right, so Wendy Williams made Kevin Jr. the power of attorney over her money. And then this is where we find Kevin once again. Allegedly the court tried to frame him as spending her money, and doing all these wild, nefarious things with her money. Meanwhile, Kevin Jr. in this documentary is the one, who's trying to stop her from drinking, stop her from smoking. He seems to be the only one who is actually standing firm on that, and is actually maybe a good influence for her. Will on a good day, Will is flip floppy. It's like I don't know about Will. Anyway, I'll just say Will couldn't work for me. All right, I'll just say that he'd be fired. Now, with all these money issues, allegedly, with Wendy Williams, she says that she lives a luxurious lifestyle with her and her family and Kevin Jr. $10,000 here, thousands of dollars there. And I like nice things too, but it's like, when you're having money issues, you need to know when to rein it in and pull it in. Not everything needs to be luxurious, right? We're luxurious like Egyptian cocktails. Working so hard every night and day. Now you get to play it. But I love that song. All right. So Kevin Jr. feels like Wendy is pushing him away. Now I want to know in the comment section, why do you think Wendy would be pushing Kevin Jr. away? Has anyone been following the story or been following the pattern? Why would Wendy Williams, at this point, now all that we know, why would Wendy be pushing Kevin away? Kevin Jr. Let me look at the comments. Her big mistake was not splitting that money in 4 different ways, 4 different banks. That's what I would have done. Thank you, Lizzy. Never put your money in one place. I never put my money in one place, ever. I don't talk about money. I definitely don't talk about it publicly, right? Like, I'm not that person. I don't talk money. I don't talk numbers. Don't put your money in one place. All right. Be careful with that. Banks will do that when they see a large change in spending. That they do that. No, they do that. Exactly, Donna. You got it. Liquor. Kevin Jr. Wendy is pushing Kevin Jr. away because Kevin Jr. does not want Wendy to drink or smoke. All Wendy wants to do is drink and smoke like a 20 something year old, Like, it's crazy. It's revealed by Kevin Jr. that Wendy Williams is, or at one point was, allegedly, I'll say, an alcoholic. But these are words that come out of his mouth. He calls his mother an alcoholic at one point in the documentary. At one point, Kevin Jr. mentions Wendy Williams buying him things as a young child to make up for the alcoholism. What? I'm in my Oprah. Oh, I'm like Oprah. What? What? Oh my god. So this whole time, Wendy's had a drinking problem, allegedly, which made me think and go back to the Wendy show. Remember towards the end of the Wendy show, she seemed like really off and like weird. I'm wondering, was she drunk then? Was she drinking? Allegedly. So Kevin calls his mother an alcoholic, predicted it. I said drinking was going to be an issue. All right, in my Wendy Williams psychic tarot reading that I watched, or that I watched. That we'll watch a part of the reading I did yesterday. I think we're just going to watch the tarot card reading portion because I mentioned a lot in that part, and it's not too long. I don't want this video to be too long. We'll watch that. But I did mention in the reading that drinking was going to be an issue. Turns out she's an alcoholic. I mean, alcohol is, you know, can be just as dip. Now, once again, I'm not a Coca-Cola user, so I don't know what that is like, right? But I do know, based on what I've seen in my lifetime and what I know about alcohol, that alcohol can be just as, addictive and hard to break, in terms of addiction as Coca-Cola, if not worse. So now I'm nervous for Wendy. All right, because drinking is a big issue. Once again, we're going to get to drinking later. All right, trust me. All right, we're halfway through. All right, like I was saying earlier, Wendy's very surprisingly money focused. Now I'm money focused, but I do have boundaries. If I'm tired and you hit me up for a reading, I probably won't answer. I'll hit you up in the morning and say, hey, I'm available now. You know, if I'm exhausted, I'm not going to push myself to go the extra mile, to make, extra money. I'm just going to, trust and have faith that it's all going to work out in the end. Like, I'm not like boundaries. But Wendy Williams in this documentary almost comes across as like get money at any cost. All right. Like at one point, like someone asked her, like, why do you want to do a podcast? Like I said earlier, she's like, because I want money. At one point, she had money just laid out on the bed, right? Like, remember, I have boundaries. Now, if I'm going to show you money on camera, it's most likely for like educational purposes. You're never going to, unless it's like a mockumentary or like like you're never going to see me just have money laid out. Like boundaries. Once again, and aren't you supposed to be like? Isn't your money supposed to be locked by Wells Fargo? Anyway, I just keep going back to that. That was a weird, like, like anyway. Predicted it. Now they distinctly mention in the documentary about, and this is word for word, all right, karma coming back to bite her, Wendy, meaning Wendy, from her haters, all right, and her dishing other people's dirt out there. It's like you dish it, you got to take it. Predicted it. The whole theme of my reading that I did on Wendy yesterday was evil eye, black magic, psychic attacks, enemies, and this whole situation she's going through is because she's dealing with psychic attacks and black magic, evil eye, and karma. Predicted it. They mention it distinctly in the documentary. All right. So I was like, I said that in my reading yesterday, child, before the documentary even came out, that this was karma and spiritual related. Now it's interesting because we all love Wendy, right? Now I may be reading her a little bit, in here because we like to have fun, we like to laugh. We get together. It's comedy hour, especially when it's the late night crew, right? But it's interesting because, like, and I don't know if this is a part of her shtick or if, like, this is how she really feels or if this is a part of the illness. Because remember, she does have dementia, right? It did come out that she has dementia. She feels like she has no support, no friends. She's all alone and lonely. And at one point, Will's on camera and someone asks Will, like, do you think she's lonely or like suffering from loneliness? And Will is like, yes. Another predicted it. All right. Another predicted it because I mentioned that, like, in my video yesterday, that the documentary is going to reveal that Wendy is basically like a Rapunzel, like locked away in a castle in a tower, like lonely, can't come out. I mentioned that, predicted it. So she's lonely. She's bored and lonely. So all she does is drink, and smoke and things of this nature, right? Oh, I did mention that, Lizzy. Thank you. I didn't mention the word trickster. I did mention that, Lizzy. Oh, okay. We're gonna watch that. That's gonna come up in the reading. I'm gonna mention it. We're gonna watch that in the reading. I did mention that. Thank you, Lizzy. Yeah, she's a trickster. She's a troll, child. Child, this was juicy. All right. So she feels like she has no support, blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, she has all this support around her. So it's very contradictory. She feels she has no support. Meanwhile, she has all this support around her and yes, people around her. And then you have the money issues with the Wells Fargo, but you're laying in a better money, laid out. I'm not letting that go, you guys. All right. So Kevin Jr. does not want his mother drinking or smoking or doing substances of any sort. He feels it's self sabotage. All right. Now, that's said to me that despite what, once again, the people, the public, the media may spin or try to portray, I do believe, like based on just what I've seen so far in episode one, I do believe that Kevin Jr. does care about his mom. And based on, this documentary might be the only one that cares about her. Well, no, I won't say that. There were other people that did care and actually like kind of stood their ground, but it was mostly family, not people that were necessarily employees. Although I don't know if they were employees. I don't know. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. All right. Now, one thing I mentioned also in my Wendy Williams psychic tarot reading is that we were going to see we were going to see semblances and we were going to see flashes of the old Wendy, right? And we got that. We did get that in the documentary, predicted it. There were moments where, like, there was a moment in particular that really reminded me of the old Wendy. She still loves Hot Topics, y'all. Like, there's one moment where she's like literally skimming through one of the trashy magazines, like a Star magazine or like a People magazine or something like that. And she's like talking about Jennifer Lopez and like how, like, I don't know, some new man she's dating or something with, like, maybe it was Ben Affleck. I don't remember. But it was like, she was like, she's gonna leave him. Like, she's like spilling tea and basically like going through like the magazine and spilling like hot topics like the old Wendy. I was like, okay, so the old Wendy is there. Like, she does still love to do what she does, which is be messy. She loves to be messy. Even though Wendy Williams was messy during her media days, Wendy's diagnosis is still sad and can happen to anyone. Exactly. There's 213 people in the room, by the way, so please like the video. Please subscribe, share wherever you're listening or watching. Once her audience went away, that's when she started to feel lonely. She didn't quite quit the show. She was canceled, so it's doubly difficult when people aren't fawning all over her anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Curly Jim M. I'm not emotionally ready to see Wendy's documentary yet. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was interesting to see her in that form. So for those of you who aren't ready to see it, I don't blame you. All right. So the old, we got semblances. We got to see a little bit of the old Wendy every now and then. Um like I was saying earlier, there was a point in the documentary where Will comes in. I think he's like in her apartment or her home, and he's like looking through the cabinets and looking through the drawers and like peeking under the trash cans and stuff. And it's like he's looking for alcohol bottles. And it like there were points like where it felt like an episode of Intervention. To be honest with you, like I don't know if you guys have ever watched Intervention, but I really liked that show growing up. I don't know, that was a big thing growing up for some reason. Intervention, you don't hear that show anymore. But like it felt like a show of Intervention. It felt like an episode of Intervention sometimes. This documentary. Ooh, child. I think I need a spiritual bath after this. All right, last page of notes, y'all. All right. Thank y'all to the 210 people in the room that's just been sticking with me. I need a reading from you. I need to book one soon. Once again, I am available for readings tonight. So if you guys want a reading tonight, I am probably going to go to the gym soon. So if I probably will go to the gym, all right, in the next few hours, but I will be back home I got my coffee, so I'm gonna be up, probably for a little while, and I'm gonna be catching up with my list of clients who've been waiting for their email readings, their video recorded readings, their candles and stuff like that. And in the midst, I'm available for phone readings. So if y'all want a phone reading, a quick 15 minute, or if you really need an in depth, like hour long reading, like y'all know what it is. Y'all, some of y'all have gotten readings from me at like 3, 4 a.m. Child. All right, you guys, let's talk about this defiant behavior with Wendy. All right. Yes, please like the video. Thank you all for listening and watching. Cosmic Love says the gossip columnist is who she is. Exactly. At the same time, she gave the people what they wanted. So, yes, Wendy had a choice, but so do the people. Yes. I am a night owl, K Renee. Yes, I am a night owl. Yes, thank you, Geo. Is Geo, are you already, I think, wait, you're already a mode, right, for me? A moderator? Let me double check real quick. Let me see. Okay, yeah, you're a moderator. Okay, just double checking. Thank you. I'm actually gonna make Curly Jim M's a moderator too. Um, where is Fairy? Is Fairy? I think Fairy is a moderator. Sorry, y'all. I'm doing a quick moderator check. I know Jay Manuel's a moderator. I think Diana's a moderator, although I don't see Diana in here. All right, I'm just thinking of like my people. Okay, I know Kiana's a moderator. She might be watching. All right. Wendy has some very defiant, like abusive behavior, y'all, in this documentary. All right. It's like really, really bad. She becomes, like I said, really defiant towards Will, really abusive towards Will. Oh, Patty. I'm gonna make Patty a moderator too. Congratulations, Patty. Hold on. Patty says, I got my healthcare certificate today. Yay, me. Congratulations. 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 And I think you also had a baby recently. So I hope the baby's doing well. Kisses to the baby, blessings and protection around the baby. All right. Hi, Lamarr. When I get brave, I might get a reading. I'm afraid of what might come out. Child, well, when you're ready, I'm here. All right, Melody. Thank you for being here. Yes, everyone's saying congratulations, Patty. Yes. By the way, make sure you subscribe, you all, because we are almost at 70,000 subscribers. We are 800, I think, 800 subscribers away from 70,000. I don't know. I've been getting a lot of subscribers lately, so let me see how much we're at right now, to be honest. And I haven't been keeping up with it as much because I've been so busy. We are at 69,275 subscribers. So please like the video. We are on our road to 70,000 subscribers and soon on our road to 100,000. All right. So once again, Wendy's about money, right? At one point, like to make money, Wendy starts like selling her clothes. But then, like while going through her closet, she's like yelling at people and put it this way, and do it this way, dumbass. Like it's like she's like literally saying these things, and it's like, and these people are just taking it. Like they're just like, okay, Wendy, like no problem. Like okay, I'll go do it. Give me a second. I'm just like, they must get paid well because I don't know how they can take the abuse. I mean, I understand there's some mental faculty issues there, right? But I don't know. It's just like there's some concerns with the abusive behavior I noticed in the documentary. So, anyways, now this is really like this one really got me. Like this one, like I almost like I wanted them to address this into the documentary and like pull the girl aside and be like, "Are you okay? Like I'm sorry, like she like was like so abusive towards you. Like are you like like I wanted them to do that." Oh my god! At one point, so Wendy Williams had, and I also this is a predicted it. I did say that I saw a male and female assistant who were like ethnic. Or there was like I saw a man and a woman, I don't know, assistant around her or employee around her predicted that that was a predicted it too. At one point she has this once again, I don't know, the boundaries with the people around her are weird, so I don't know if this is a friend, employee, assistant, a stylist, or what is going on. But her but at one point this person, the Sean is her name. Sean, Wendy's assistant, friend, stylist, whatever she is like helping Wendy, and Wendy is like, like when they're both sitting down, and I guess like they're doing like, I don't know, some meeting or something like that. And like Wendy just randomly is like, you need a liposuction. Like, I would love if you would get a liposuction. And, Sean is like kind of voluptuous and like, but she's pretty, she's not like unhealthy, by any means. So it was like, why would you say that, Wendy? And then, like, once again, I mentioned this earlier at the beginning. Then at one point, Wendy is like to Sean. Wendy's like to Sean. Wendy's like, all right, now Sean, now go, and order some food so you can get fatter. And then, like I said, looked at the camera and was like, and I dare you to say something about what I just said. I was like, I would hate to work for her. Like, is this how it was like working for her? Oh, this is my cousin. This is my cousin Keyshawn. Do you or will you offer a monthly subscription service soon? I am working on that. So some of y'all have actually also I'm gonna this is my cousin Keyshawn. I gave you a shout out, Keyshawn, at the beginning of the video. I don't know if you saw that. I'm gonna make Keyshawn a moderator and I'm gonna make you a managing moderator because that's my little cousin. So Keyshawn is Gen Z Flock Badoc Productions. Check him out. He does have an Instagram. He does make clothes. He is a Capricorn like me. He is about to graduate college soon, so he is about his business. So Keyshawn's been helping me, with like, kind of expanding my business this year. And one of the things is helping me with a monthly subscription service. But a couple of y'all have asked me about the monthly subscription service as well. So that is coming soon. I'm thinking we might do it with Patreon, but yes, I will be adding a monthly subscription service as well, along with new classes. So thank you for mentioning that, Keyshawn. Shout out to my cousin Keyshawn. Also, I made that thumbnail. That I don't know what it's a mask with like headphones on it. I think Beats headphones. I made this thumbnail right here. I remember this was like 3 years ago. I remember when he came over like, and we just like, I don't know, Keyshawn would come over and we would just like, like do business. Like, like he's on his laptop, I'm on my laptop, like we're making stuff. And I remember making this thumbnail right here. So it's crazy to see that, like that you still have the thumbnail. Anyways, so shout out to my little cousin. Shout out to Gen Z. Gen Z, it's like, do you guys remember in Mean Girls, where like Mean Girls, the mom, she's like, oh, you girls keep me so young. Like, that's how I feel about Gen Z. Even though I'm a millennial kind of Gen Z, like, ish, like, I don't know. Anyways, back to Wendy. All right. So Wendy's like really rude towards, what's her name? Sean. And like just really berating and abusive, calling her fat, basically. And it's just like, I didn't like that. I did not like that, to see that from Wendy. Like, I felt really bad for Sean, and they never addressed it either. That made me feel really uncomfortable that they never addressed like Sean, like, and asked her, "Are you okay?" Like, but it seemed like at one point Sean did say she has thick skin, but it was like, you must get paid to watch out. Anyway, so it comes out that one of Wendy's drivers, all right, was fired, had been fired numerous times because the driver wouldn't go take Wendy to go get a drink. So Wendy's driver, it's like she fired him, but it's like once again she has this thing where she fires people but doesn't really fire them. She just likes to say you're fired, although some people actually do get fired, apparently. I don't know. Anyways, so the driver, he's like, I've been fired 3 times. One time I was, fired because she wanted me to go take her to get a drink. And I said, no, I'm not gonna take you to go get a drink. You don't need it. And she's like, she was like, you're fired. So he said no, she said you're fired. Once again, drinking. It all revolves around drinking. It's all about drinking. Jesus. All right. This is really funny. This was really, really funny. So, yeah, my daughters keep me young, right? I love that. You and Keyshawn doing family business like a family firm. And that's what it's about. Geo keeping it in the family, period. Because that's how real families do. I won't mention anyone's name, but you know, my family actually talks to me, anyways. Um, Wendy Williams calls the Sherry Shepherd show the Wendy Williams show. So at one point, like they're in the car, and Wendy like they're going to like some smoke shop or some shop that's next to I guess where the Wendy Williams show used to be, because they filmed the Sherry Shepherd show at the Wendy Williams show, or in the same studio that the Wendy Williams show was filmed. So instead of Wendy calling the Sherry Shepherd show the Sherry Shepherd show, she literally just calls it the Wendy Williams show. So whenever she like, it's like take me next to the Wendy Williams show. Take me by the Wendy Williams show. And then she tries to correct herself. Take me by the Sherry Shepherd show. Take me to the Wendy Williams show. Take me by the Wendy Williams show. And I thought that was so funny. I was like, that's shade. That's like Wendy being shady. But it's like it's like, and that's another predicted it, because I did say in my once again my tarot reading that I was like, there's gonna be something about Wendy that's kind of like charming, and it's like goofy and funny and silly, and I think that's what I was talking about. Like the fact that she was calling the Sherry Shepherd show the Wendy Williams show was hilarious. All right, so I thought that was funny. She constantly wants to drink. Like literally every 10 minutes she something is about a drink. So at one point she asked the driver, or she like mentions like, like a champagne, like, let's get champagne. And someone is finally like, yes, okay, we'll get champagne. Like, I'm like, why are y'all letting her drink? Like, Jesus Christ, her son doesn't want her to drink. She does have a funny sense of humor. I did like that she called the Sherry Shepherd show the Wendy Williams show. I thought that was really funny. Sherry can't hold a candle to Wendy, but I like her vibe, and so I do like Sherry. Put it back, put my drink back. She did say that. She was like, and put it back. And yeah, put it there. Like it was like Wendy. Lizzy B says, Lamarr, do you remember Wendy said once that she wouldn't mind being replaced by a white woman or a white man, but along came Sherry? That vaguely sounds familiar, which is so weird to say, by the way. Like, why specifically a white woman or white man? No offense to my white people, but why so specific? But drinking is also self-medicating on many levels, mentally and physically. Exactly, and especially drinking that much, like you have drinks literally hiding under the trash can. Like it's like she didn't really. It's a joke, but it's like that's like how bad it was. All right. So she's drinking. Her driver mentions at one point that she's like losing memory and becoming forgetful. But of course, we find out she has dementia. So I was like, oh, that I didn't like to hear that. I was like, oh, that's not good, especially with the drinking. Last point I want to make, you guys, and then we'll watch my tarot reading and see what I predicted. The main thing I noticed in this documentary is that the people around her enable her. All right. For better or worse, for their own, merit. But the only one that I noticed really like cared and really wanted better for her was Kevin Jr. And like I think did the cousin Wanda make an appearance, or there's something about the cousin Wanda was mentioned that also wanted her to stop drinking or like cut back. The main issue here is drinking. Period. Like, period. I said it from the beginning. I'm ending it on that note. The main issue with Wendy is drinking. Period. This whole thing, this should have been retitled Wendy Williams Intervention. That's what this should have been titled. Wendy Williams, The Intervention. That's what this should have been titled because oh my god. All right, so that was recap. That was a recap and review of episode 1. Now let's look at my psychic tarot reading that I did yesterday on Wendy and see what I predicted. All right, give me a second. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I want to share the screen. There we go. All right. So can you guys see? Oh, okay. Cool. So you guys can see. All right. So the video we're gonna watch is this video right here. It's at over 6,000 views, 6,700 views. So I want you guys to see that this was uploaded 2 days ago. This was uploaded on February. This premiered on February 23rd. Once again, the documentary came out on February 24th. So I did my reading a day earlier. Hi, Diana. I mentioned you earlier. Are you a I think you're a moderator, right? And if I notice you, I notice you, I choose, I don't wanna lose you, my radar, on my radar. When you walk. All right. All right, so yes, you're a moderator. All right, so yes, the doc, this was uploaded a day ago. So once again, these are all legitimate predicted. All right, let's go ahead and go to the tarot reading portion and see what I predicted. First of all, I want to make sure you guys can hear it though. Oh, can you guys? Can you guys hear it? All right, let's go ahead and do a quick. Um, First of all, we're black. Thank you all for watching the video this long. Make sure you all like the. Can you guys hear that? Okay, yes, you can hear. Yes, you can hear. Okay, good. All right. So let's watch my reading from yesterday. And once again, let's see what I predicted for Wendy in this documentary. I don't know if it means they literally tried to take her out, like, literally, but this was like a hit. This was a spiritual hit and a hit in general on this woman. Period. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say. Y'all be careful who you mess with, child. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick first of all, we're black. Thank you all for watching the video this long. Make sure you all like the video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you for cleansing, clearing, and vasectomy, past reading in the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, amen. All right. Is Wendy Williams ever going to make a return? Or is the old Wendy Williams ever going to come back? Is my only question really. Is the old Wendy Williams ever going to come back that we know and remember? Or is Wendy Williams ever going to make a return to the public in a way where she will be working? Let's see if we can just get some good news here because I do actually like Wendy. All right. I do believe, people can change and evolve, and be given grace. I get the Knight of Swords showing up here. A Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person between the ages of mid 20s to early 40s or 50s at the most. We know she's a Cancer. This person would be in a placement of leadership. I'm wondering what is her son's zodiac sign? Because her son was in the documentary. What's his name again, you guys? Kevin Hunter. Junior zodiac. Okay. Oh, he's only 23. Okay. He's a Leo. So this might not be him, depending on his, moon or rising. Facing the star card, connected to money, finances, resources. The star card is things being in alignment in a perfect way. The star card could be fame, fortune, could be a card of being recognized. I feel like someone could capitalize off her star power, or her team, or the people around her could capitalize off of her star power, which I think is also what they may be doing with this documentary that's coming out, on February 24th on Lifetime. Predicted it. I have to say that once again, it does, and I mentioned this in my recap and review, it does kind of seem like her team is kind of benefiting from her. She has a lot of yes men, yes women around her. And I do question like why this documentary did come out specifically, because it doesn't necessarily make her look good, or shine a good light on her, in any way. So I don't know. Predicted it kind of. All right. I'm gonna say predicted it. All right. She doesn't have the best people around her. She has some questionable people around her. All right. The documentary kind of did reveal that. In 2 days. All right. I get a man showing up here. What's Kevin? I think Kevin might be a Virgo, right? This would be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Gemini male. Mercury energy, though. So Virgo is Mercury. And then I get a Knight of Cups here. Nine of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, or, Scorpio energy. This could be the drinking, actually. This also could be a card of self indulgence, self fulfillment. I think emotionally she wants to work, but there's some blockages here. There's some things that could be exposed, or some things that are hidden that could end up being exposed or needing to be exposed. All right. The drinking could be an issue. Y'all, did y'all hear that? The drinking could be an issue. That is a 100% predicted it. Drinking, once again, is the issue. And I liked how I worded that, because in the documentary, it comes across that she does want to work, which we find out because she wants money, right? Because she likes nice things and lives a luxurious lifestyle. But once again, there were blockages, and drinking was probably the main blockage. So I like how I worded that, in that reading from 2 days ago. Let's rewatch that. Let's go watch that. That was a clear and pure predicted it, child. Cause child, I'm telling you, every 5 minutes it was like drink, shot, 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 shot. It was like literally like she was like seemed like a 20-year-old college student. All right, just wanting to drink all the time. Let's go back to the reading. Let's go um go back and listen to that predicted it right there about the drinking in particular. On February 24th on Lifetime. In 2 days. All right. I get a man showing up here. What's Kevin? I think Kevin might be a Virgo, right? This would be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Gemini male. Mercury energy, though. So Virgo is Mercury. And then I get a Knight of Cups here. Nine of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, or, Scorpio energy. This could be the drinking, actually. This also could be a card of self indulgence, self fulfillment. I think emotionally she wants to work, but there's some blockages here. There's some things that could be exposed, or some things that are hidden that could end up being exposed or needing to be exposed. All right. The drinking could be an issue. The Six of Pentacles shows up. Y'all predicted it. Hi, Benjamin. Are you Benjamin from last night? Are you the Benjamin I did a reading on last night, or like really early in the morning? It was like 2 a.m. and I was exhausted. Thank you for being here. Um, and thank you for doing a reading with me if you are that Benjamin, which is transactional relationships. This will show up connected to purpose, confidence. There could be a deal on the table for her to do something. Two of Wand shows up connected to work, job, daily routine, which is a uh, choice between two different things or two different directions, although the choice could already be made. But I'm Yeah, I was pretty tired, but I'm glad I got your reading. You did your reading. Did give you some good insight. I don't remember everything I said. Actually, I don't know if I remember mostly anything I said, but I do remember giving you some clarity and insight for sure. We touched on quite a few topics. Also, someone you mentioned in your reading last night showed up on my feed today, and I started watching her videos. I was like, "Oh, that's the guy that's the this is the one this is the person that Benjamin or my client was telling me about last night. This is like the lady." So that was interesting. Anyway, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. You guys, I love my people. Sorry. All right. Anyways, let's get back to the reading. Let's go back a little bit because I think I got a little sidetracked. Exposed. All right. The drinking could be an issue. The Six of Pentacles shows up, which is transactional relationships. This will show up connected to purpose, confidence. There could be a deal on the table for her to do something. Two of Wands shows up connected to work, job, daily routine, which is a uh, choice between two different things or two different directions, although the choice could already be made. But I'm wondering if it was made for her or if she made it herself. All right. Ace of Wands is the next card facing the Three of Cups. There could be something that comes up. There could be other people that could be involved. So I don't know if this is like a show, maybe for example, that would involve other people or something like that, or if like I don't know, I get like a collaboration, or if this is just a Wendy thing, but there's other people collaborating in some way, shape, or form. But I do see forward movement. All right. Could be something about fall season as well. I get the high priestess showing up connected to travel, relocation, stepping outside one's comfort zones, opinions, beliefs. The judgment card. Something could come through for Wendy. Could the old Wendy come back? I think a semblance of the old Wendy could come back. Parts of the old Wendy could come back. I think there is going to be an offer business wise for Wendy on the table to work to make money. Um, and I feel like there's something where we could see parts of the old Wendy. Like I do feel like there's something where it's like there's gonna be something where it's like it could be even a thing where it's like, oh my god, it's giving old Wendy, or it's giving old Wendy Williams, or it's like, or it's like, oh my god, is the old Wendy Williams back? Or it's like there's something about it where it's like nostalgia, past memories, past history, past behaviors. Like, there could be something where she could give a semblance of, the Wendy we remember. But once again, there could be a shift and she may not be able to be the same Wendy. All right, due to I like how I worded that once again. See, it's interesting. I like the way I word things. I said past behaviors. I mentioned something about past behaviors, and once again, seeming like the old Wendy. Once again, there was a point in the documentary that stuck out for me as that's the old Wendy I remember, where once again she was flipping through a magazine. Oh, once again, see, I have props, y'all. I love a good prop. Give me a second, child. All right, let me make sure you guys can't see my booty, or you can't see it, but whatever. I just happened to be at Walgreens one day and I just happened to like see this and I really like this movie. So I was like, I'm gonna buy this magazine because I like to collect stuff. So like, I don't know. I like Mean Girls. Do you guys like Mean Girls? Anyways, so Wendy's like flipping through the magazine and she's like, and J Lo, so blah 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 blah, and he should know she's gonna leave him anyway. And the person like behind the camera is like, you still love Hot Topics, don't you? You still love doing this, and she's like, yes, it's who I am, it's my thing, and it's like that's the old Wendy I know, that's the old Wendy I remember, the behavior. It was that behavior of flipping through the magazine, going through the hot topics. I was like, that's the old Wendy I know. So that's a predicted it. That's a clear and true predicted it. but it's a clear and true predicted it because of how I worded it in particular, right? And if you, it's also because of how I read tarot cards. If you've ever taken a tarot class with me, you know it's very specific, like to the T specific. So that's why I'm so accurate with my tarot readings. I'm so accurate with my mediumship readings because I'm actually tapped into spirit. But so that was a predicted it. I did like that part. I liked how I worded that in that last bit of the reading. All right, so we're gonna finish up the last bit of the reading because, like Lizzy mentioned, I pull a final card, and the final card really, like, really sells it. Like, really is like pushes it over the edge. Oh, what did Benjamin say? Hold on. Benjamin says that yes, that's her, a bit kooky, but I won't knock her game. She's just different. Yeah, yeah. I noticed she had a thick, like a thick British accent. That I was like, oh, I like her accent. Me and Benjamin, I did a reading from Benjamin last night, and we had a little key in between me reading them. Ciao. Remember how easy Wendy used to cry? Yes, she still does that. Oh my god, I didn't realize that actually. She still does that, but it's like more random and like it's like why you used to kind of understand why she was crying, but now it's like why are you just randomly crying? Like why are you crying talking about your hot sexy friend? She literally cried talking about her hot sexy friend at one point. But she did used to do that. In hindsight, now that we know a little bit more, does anybody know now think it may have been partly the liquor? It could have been, to be honest with you. Because I wrote that in my notes. I was like, I look back, I was like, looking back, was she always drinking? Was that always the issue? But she wasn't telling us. It was really, everyone thought, oh, is it Coca Cola? Maybe she wanted that to be the forefront, but didn't want us to know it was the drinking. She's that type of person. She's that Jedi mind trick Beyonce type of person, right? Hi, Portia. Thanks for the reading, Lamarr. Yes. She's from the UK, the West Indies. Okay, yeah, yeah. I would like to see Wendy come back in a podcast where we don't see her face. So she has no pressure, but she gives pre recorded commentary. So it could be on point. That's a good way to ease her. Yeah, ease her back into. Yeah, I think that would be good. Because I would like to hear from her. Lamarr, who taught you tarot? Do you come from a psychic family? I guess you could say that I come from a religious family, but I believe religion and psychic are kind of like the lines are blurred sometimes. I do believe my mom is psychic. My mom is psychic, actually. My mom is psychic. Sometimes my mom does predict stuff. All right. But I have always had the gift. And I'm self-taught. So no one taught me. I taught myself. That's why the way I read my tarot cards, no one else reads tarot. They may pull the spread out the same, like the spread may look the same, but no one reads tarot like I do. Nobody. Nobody. Very specific. All right. Love you back, Portia. Yes, I remember you said that word seemed very curious and spot on. Yes, Lizzy. Lamarr, your skin looks so healthy. You are literally growing. Thank you, Callie. I'm not doing anything different. Maybe I'm just living happy. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's an inner glow. But thank you, Callie. Her staff admitted her drinking was a problem. Yeah. Nobody does it like me. Yes, Diana. I feel like Wendy Williams worshiped that old school Hollywood era where Hollywood stars would drink, the old Las Vegas Rat Pack crew. Oh, I love them. The Rat Pack crew, Dean Martin, who's the Sammy Davis Jr. and was what's his name a part of the Rat Pack crew too? I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I always forget his name. Old Blue Eyes. What's his name? Frank Sinatra. How could I forget Frank Sinatra? Wasn't he a part of the Rat Pack as well? The glamour was in the cocktails and cigarettes. Wendy Williams seems to love that. She does seem to live in that era, right? I can see that. Frank Sinatra, but I love that era too, to be honest. Like I love Dean Martin. I love Frank Sinatra. Sammy Davis Jr., I don't know, because he kind of got into the devil worshiping thing. So that was always a little weird to me. But to each their own. Um, do you open third eye, meditate, calling give sparks of light like lightning, no sound? All that, Allison, all that, child. All right. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and finish off this once again. How long is this video, child? 1 hour and almost 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and finish off this Wendy Williams reading I did once again and see the last card. All right. Do whatever spiritual shift God is allowing to take place. All right. Let's get the final card for Wendy. And I've got a client to get to. Of course, this reading was longer than I expected, but when Spirit speaks, I listen. That's my job. I listen and I relay the message. All right. I don't care how long it is. Trickster. Trickster. Remember, I was saying she knows what she's doing? She's not all the way, as lost as we may think she is. Trickster card came out. It says the light attribute of Trickster is transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior, which is what I think the new Wendy is like. There's going to be something about a new Wendy that's going to be charming and like I think she knows what she's doing, y'all. She is a master of disguise. She's been doing this for a long time. She knows how the industry in Hollywood works. The shadow attributes of this is manipulating others through duplicity. And I think we're going to see that in the documentary, that side of her. All right. Predicted it. And this is a perfect way to end the reading. Do you guys hear how I worded that? Do you guys hear what I said right there? The shadow attribute side of that card is what we're going to see in the documentary. That part of Wendy is going to show up in the documentary. Once again, I did that reading the day before the documentary. No, 2 days before the documentary came out. Predicted it. Predicted it. Predicted basically almost everything I said in that reading came true in the documentary that came out today about Wendy Williams. Where's Wendy? Let's listen to that part one more time. That last part, because that was really, once again, that really drove it home. That shadow part, that really came out in the documentary today. That duplicitous, manipulative, yeah. Manipulating others through duplicity, that's exactly what showed up in that documentary that came out today. All right. Let's listen to it one more time, y'all. Boom. Oh my God. You guys, why didn't you tell me you guys couldn't
All
see
right,
the
you
two
all.
of
I
them?
love you all. I've got a client.
Why don't you guys tell me? Okay, let's listen to that one more time. I didn't realize it wasn't on the screen. Sorry. I know. Why didn't you guys tell me? I was literally just sitting there watching, and I thought you guys heard the whole thing. All right, sorry, y'all. Ciao. It's late, honey. The coffee must be wearing off. I need to activate it again, child. All right, let's listen to this part one more time. Hollywood works. The shadow attributes of this is manipulating others through duplicity. Let me go back a little bit more. um, trickster, trickster. Remember, I was saying she knows what she's doing. She's not all the way, as lost as we may think she is. Trickster card came out. It says the light attribute of Trickster is transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior, which is what I think the new Wendy is like. There's going to be something about a new Wendy that's going to be charming and like I think she knows what she's doing, y'all. She is a master of disguise. She's been doing this for a long time. She knows how the industry in Hollywood works. The shadow attributes of this is manipulating others through duplicity. And I think we're going to see that in the documentary, that side of her. All right. So we're going to see. I think she's not as all the way lost as we think she is. All right. All right, you all. I love you all. I've got a client to get to, child. I've got candles to light for this full moon, honey. All right, so I love you all. Speaking of the full moon, let me say a quick prayer. I thought we had one of the cats. Unseen.
All
Unseen
right.
B.
We can say another quick prayer before we end this video, but oh, child, and that is the Wendy Williams "Where Is Wendy" experience, child. Episode 1. Can we know the name? What time zone am I? I'm on Eastern Standard Time. The documentary is actually on Lifetime. So it's on the Lifetime network. So if you have, I watched it on Hulu. Hulu has like a live TV, um, like service thing. So I watched it on Hulu. So, but I also saved it. But I was wondering if I could do a watch party for Patreon, but I don't really know if my Patreon people would care. My Patreon people are a bit more spiritual. So I don't know. I don't think my Patreon people would really care unless I was like spiritually like breaking it down or something. So, anyways, yeah, go check. Just go check it out on Lifetime, child. All right, you guys. Wendy does have that trickster spirit, right? I remember her advice during the Ask Wendy. Oh my god, I forgot about the Ask Wendy. Feel it, feel it, feel it. You know you need it. Say it like you mean it. Ooh, ooh, shout it out. All right. Oh, a members only live stream. That would no, YouTube would still ding it. YouTube will still demonetize it or give me a strike or something like that. So it's just not safe to do on YouTube. That's why I was like, maybe Patreon. All right, you guys. But I don't know. All right, you all. I love you all. Once again, if you want a personal reading, I am available. All right. Might be available tonight. So text me at 703-791-9162. Visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. If I'm not available tonight, I'm available later today. It is, I think, or later tomorrow, depending on where you're at. It's 2 a.m. here, almost 2 a.m. here in Virginia. So I'm probably going to go to the gym, actually, y'all. Like right after I get off this live stream. You love my cats? Yeah, Fonzie is back there knocked out, child. Child. He is just living his fancy little life, child. All right, you guys. Well, I love you all. Thank you all once again. Shout out to my cousin Keyshawn for helping me to create this stream. Make sure you all visit my website and sign up for my email list because once again, I will be doing some new things with the email list this year. So make sure you sign up for my email list. All right. I love you all. I will see you all in the next video. Or I'll talk to you in your own personal reading. Either way, I will see you soon. Make sure you're doing your candles for the full moon. All right. Bye, everyone. All right. And drink responsibly if you're going to drink, child. Please. Bye.
Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me. That's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me. I don't care what the others say. Let's channel some energy today. I don't care what the others say. Let's channel some energy today. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong. This tarot card reading about to be long. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong. This tarot card reading about to be long. psychic with a T, the psychic with a T, that's me, that's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me.